Today, I'm going to be talking about my fears, some things I've been afraid of throughout my life. One of them is approaching women. I've had a fear of approaching them, and sometimes it's difficult for me to, if I see a beautiful woman, to approach her. Some other things I've felt fear about are building my own business and reaching out to sales. And another thing is being expressive around my family. And here's a couple of examples that have scared me. One is singing around my family members, and another is recording videos like this one in front of my family members, particularly my mom and dad. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because it's a challenge in the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Hashtag can't hurt me. Hashtag he says to talk to social media about your fears and talk to social media about facing those fears. And I have made progress on this journey. It hasn't been easy, but I've made progress. So my grandma got me a singing course, an online singing course. So I was doing these singing lessons at home, and the first time I did the singing lesson, I did it in front of my house. And my dad came out and he was like, "Tim, get back inside." And he was like, "You can't be singing like that around the neighbors. I don't know what they'll be thinking," and yada, yada, yada. So he was like, "You'll have to do that singing in the backyard." So I went to the backyard and I would do my singing there. I would sing in the backyard. And then one day, it was breakfast time, and I was about to start a singing lesson. And my dad was in the kitchen at the time, and I said, "Hey, Dad, do you want to do a singing lesson with me?" And he smiled, and his face reddened a little, and he said, "Sure." And I could tell it was out of both of our comfort zones to do that together. And we did it together through strained throat muscles and strained vocal cords, but we did it. And then another day I asked my mom if she wanted to join, and she said no. But the first time you face a fear, it's really hard to do, and then each time you do it, like the 10th time later, it's kind of like a joke. Our minds create false realities. We think things are a certain reality when it's all in our heads. And as for the videos in front of my parents, started doing that. I would do stories in the house. Like through this, I'd be like, "What's up, YouTube? Blah, 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 blah. Hit the hashtag, hit the like, hit the subscribe," all of that. And I did that all in front of them. And it was something that I would I would feel resistance inside. I would feel my vocal cords tightening up in fear, and I would push through it. And now I can say with pride that I can walk through the doors and film and sing. And I still feel fear about it, but it's not like it used to be. I'm learning to be more expressive in front of them. And as for the business, I've started up one of them. One of them I'm in the process of building. And then right after that one, I plan on doing another one. So that's going well. I reached out to sales, and reaching out to sales can be tricky sometimes because you feel like you don't want to put pressure on people. You don't want to put, you feel like, at least me, I feel like I was pressuring some of my friends into going through with a purchase, or going through with giving me what I needed. And I felt a lot of resistance during this one. It was one of those things where I would just have to hit the call button and then like say a Hail Mary, and I did it. I did 10 sales calls in one day, and continued to keep in touch with them. And so that business building is in the works. As for the women, my goal after the Can't Hurt Me chapter on facing the fears was to approach women in the gym, because that's when I feel the most resistance, when people are watching me approach them, and I just know guys are like listening in, and there's judging going on. And I've done it a couple times where I just pushed through it, and there were some cases where it went well, and others where it was just complete awkwardness. Let me tell you a time. There was one time where I approached a girl, super busy time in the gym. She was very attractive, and went up to her, and I said something like, hey, what's up? And she didn't hear me at first. So I said, hey, excuse me. And then she kind of spun around, caught off guard. And I was like, hey, I'm starting up I'd started up a group that meets up and does walks outside and explores in nature, kind of a local exercise group. And I asked her if she had any interest in joining that. And I kind of saw in my peripheral there were like a couple guys benching whose heads were turned, and I was just feeling waves of heat and anxiety. And she was like, no, I'm not really interested. And then I was like, okay, enjoy your workout. And I walked away. And there have been hundreds of times since where I've seen beautiful women that I'd love to talk to, and I just didn't. So it's an ongoing process of facing my fears, and I'm wrapping up this video now, and what I want you to do is to list 3 things you're afraid of, 3 big things that you've been pushing off that scare the shit out of you, that make your hands sweat, that are like a 10 out of 10 fear level for you. And I want you to write them out, and I want you to do each of them, and then I want you to do it again. And then I want you to make a video where you talk about your experience, share it on social media to get a flow of people facing their fears. Spread the face your fear. Hashtag face your fear. Hashtag can't hurt me. Thank you, David Goggins, for this challenge. Thank you for all the viewers who watched this video and actually took action on the challenges at the end of it. I hope you enjoyed, hope you got something out of it. If you love this video, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check me out, I'm more active on Instagram at Tim Postal. I'm out, peace, have a good evening, have a good night, face your fears.